So this is the Nora we are going to be using for our main sole. It is Nora 3mm, and this is the heels we are going to be using. They are already made heels, the low heels, you see them. So the next thing we are going to do now is to pick our templates. Then we're going to use it to create both the soles and the insoles. So what we're going to be doing now is to mark out the shape on the Nora. So remember that after marking this way, you have to turn it upside down again to mark for the other side of the foot. Hope you remember. So if you are interested in these templates, I'm going to give you details on how to order for it at the end of this video. So after marking it out, the next thing we are going to do is to cut them into shape. So we are done cutting them into shape. We are going to proceed to the next one. This is our fiber board. It is going to be part of our insole construction. So we are going to mark out this shape just once. So after that, the next thing is to cut it into shape. So after that, this is what you are going to have. Now pick the heels, place it at the back of the template. Make sure the edge at the back corresponds with the heel at the back. You understand what I mean? So I'm going to show you. So set it properly. Make sure this edge corresponds with the edge of the heel at the back here. Then you're going to mark out the size of the heel on the template. So you know the template is a bit bigger than the heels at the back side, so we're going to transform it to fit the heels. So you see what I did there. So now we're going to use it to trim the excess away. So we're going to pick this down to the waist of the template. So you see what I'm doing, and also this one. So you see it. So trace it from here down to the waist of the template, and also this one. You see the both lines are corresponding on both sides. So you see, trace it down round like this. So the next thing now is to cut it into shape. So after cutting it into shape, the next thing we are going to do, I'm going to use my rough sandpaper to make sure I blend the whole line, to make sure I blend it completely with the other parts of the template. So now after doing this is what we're going to have. So right now we're going to proceed. You see now the heel is matching the template, you understand? It's matching the insole, you see it. So we're going to proceed to the next step. So we're going to use this particular one to mark also for the other side of the pair, that's the other side of the foot. So place it this way on your fiber board and then mark out or duplicate it. So right now we're going to use this insole template to create our main sole. You understand? Our main sole is not going to be a whole cut. So just watch to see how we are going to create the main sole. So mark out that shape at the back on top of the Nora 3mm that we have already cut into shape. So you see what I did there? So now I'm going to place the heel under like this. Sorry, the heel is going to be this way. So you see, make sure the edge is corresponding here, very important. And then you are going to mark out where the heel stopped at this point. You mark it, you see it, mark it here, mark it properly. And after that, let me retake that shape at the back. Let me retake it. So you can see it. So watch what I'm going to do next now. I'm going to pick a line here and here. So these two places, we cut it, we bring it inside this way, then bring it down, take it this way, then come inside a bit here, then bring it in. You see it? So we're going to cut off the rest of the other part at the back. So watch what I'm going to do next now. So you see what we have here now. So now the heel is going to be placed this way. That little allowance at the back, that square at the back, is going to overlap the heel this way. So you see it? That's how the sole is going to look like. So we're going to proceed to the next step. Use this one now to get for the other side of the foot. So I am done with that. So this is ready now. Let's proceed to the next step. This is our flat shank. So right now we are going to gum them to this fiber board. So the space you're going to leave from the back is about 1 inch. So apply your gum, put on the shank and on the fiber board. You see where my finger is at the back is about 1 inch away from the back. That's the edge of the back. That's where you have to place the shank. Make sure it's at the center, because if you don't place it at the center, the heels won't balance. So make sure it's at the center. So after that, apply your gum round again, because we are going to gum Mako 2mm to cover the shank. So once the gum is set, gum it to your Mako 2mm, and then after that you cut off the excess. So after that, this is what we have. So right now we gum it again to another Mako 2 millimeters. Right now we're going to use Mako to cover the fiberboard both front and the back. So that's what we are doing right now. So after that, you also cut off the excess Mako. After that, the next thing we do, use your rough sandpaper. Make sure you grind the edges so that it will be neat and uniform. You can use your bench grinder for this, but if not, just use your rough sandpaper or maybe use your rotary tool so anyone can serve. Whichever one is available or closest to you, you can make use of it, just to make sure the edges are very neat and uniform. So now it's time to shape the insole. You have to place it at the back of your last. Use nails to hold it in position both at the front and at the back. Just watch to see what I'm doing. After holding it firmly under your last, you're going to use your hammer to shape the shank to take the shape of the last under. You see what I'm doing? That curve under your last, make sure that the shank takes the shape. It is very simple. After that, remove the nails and you already have the insoles in shape. So it is very simple. So now let's see. We are good to go. You see it? We are good to go. Let's proceed. Now draw a line where the shank ends at this point, and then cut a leather that can fold from that point to the front, and then you fold the front part of the insole. So after applying gum at the back and the gum is set, cut off the excess leather and then you proceed with the folding. After the folding, pick your razor blade, cut down the crease, make sure you avoid the edge. So after folding, pick your tape, measure from here down to this point. The measurement is what you're going to use to cut the strap that will cover it or that will go around. Cut into 2 places. Then apply your gum both on the insole, on the edges of the insole, and also on the straps. Just watch to see what I'm doing. So once the gum is set, wash very closely to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the strap to wrap up the edge of the insole. So once you get to the edge here, you cut off the excess. So we are done with that. We are going to proceed. You see it? You're going to proceed with the next one. Now after the whole process, the next thing is to mark out the shape of our pattern from our leader. So this pattern is a simple one. You can create it, I believe. So we mark out the shape of our pattern. So after marking, you turn the other way around to mark for the other side. I'm not sure I've made a video on this pattern, but if you need the video, just to drop a comment in the comment section, a request for the video, and I'll make it. So after marking out, we are going to add our allowance both here on both sides of the pattern. We're going to add allowance. So that's what I'm doing. You see what I'm doing here? So we add allowance on both. This allowance is our folding allowance. So that's what I'm doing. So after that, the next thing is to cut them into shape. So after cutting them into shape, let's start the magic. Start drawing your line from the center slantly. So you see what I'm doing? I'm actually using this measurement from the edge of the ruler to this place. You understand? From here to here, that's what I'm using. I think it should be around below 1 inch or so. So that's what I'm using. So after drawing the lines, you have to cross them again. Just watch closely. So after that, put the pattern on top of a leather that is bigger than the pattern, and then you stitch on the lines. Don't apply gum on it so that you will get the ripples. So after that, you cut off the excess leather just to make sure that the landing, not actually the landing, but this leather is just to create those ripples. Don't apply gum. Place the pattern on top and then stitch all the lines, you understand, and then cut off the excess leather. With that, we have already gotten the result we want. So we're going to proceed. Now place the template back on the pattern so that you will get your allowance back. So after that, turn the back and then let me clean off the oil at the back before I apply gum on the edges. So apply gum on the edges so that you can be able to fold it. So once the gum is set, you give it some cut at the middle here, slight cuts, and then carefully fold on the lines on both sides, just to watch closely. So after folding, this is our landing. Now you can apply gum on both surfaces and then you gum it to your landing. You see it? So the steps are a little simple, you understand? So just making sure it bonded properly, and right now we're going to stitch only the edge here. We are not going to stitch the side. Let's cut off the excess after that. So I have already stitched it. We cut off the excess at the front. So on this part, you can actually decide to stitch the back anyway, but I'm just going to use my super glue to hold it firmly on the edge here. I want it to have a certain kind of look, you understand? That's why I'm not going to stitch that point. So after that, cut off the excess. So this is what we have arrived at. Let's proceed. Now attach your insoles to your last, and then the next thing is to place the pattern on the last, and then make sure you must have marked out where to apply your gum, allow it to set, and then you do the last thing. So if you have any part of the leather bulging out, just use your super glue to cover it at the back. It is simple, and also reinforce the lasting. So once you've done that, we are done with the lasting. You see what we have here. So let's proceed. So use your Mako 2mm, create some tiny footbeds like this. 2 places. We're going to place it here this way, and then pick your template again, place it on your leather, and then mark out the shape. Just to watch closely what we're going to be doing here. Then place the heel at the edge. You remember what we did initially, same thing you're going to do here. So after doing that, we're going to take a measurement from the back of the insole down to the front to where this leather footbed is going to be placed at. So measure from this point down to here. We have about 7.5 inches. So that's what we're going to measure. 7.5 inches. That's what we have here. So transfer it to that template from the back here. So 7.5 inches. Pick your ruler, place it at that point, and then draw a line. So we're going to reduce the size by about 0.3 inch. So that's what I'm doing. So we have reduced the size at the back, so we're going to retake our 7.5 inches again. So we have to retake it. We have a shortage at the back, so we have to retake it. So once we have done that, we are now going to cut it into shape. So I'm going to use my zigzag scissors to do that. If you don't have a zigzag scissors, you can use your normal scissors, only that these scissors adds a kind of stylish cutting, you understand, to the leather. So this is how we are going to gum it to the insole. You see it? So let's proceed. We're going to use this particular one right now to mark or cut out the other side of the foot. So they are ready, everything is ready. We're now going to proceed. So I have smoothed the edge of my soles, they are ready for use. Now make sure you grind down this part, make sure you grind it to the barest minimum. Now the next thing, apply your gum and then you proceed with the coupling. So after coupling, put it back on your last and then tap your mallet on it to make sure it bonds properly. So now it's time to fix the heels. Apply your super glue carefully around here. Then make sure you set the heel properly to position. Don't make mistakes about it. And then you install the heels. Very simple, but you have to be very careful at the same time. So after that, use 4 nails to reinforce the heels. At this point you can use screw. Then it is time now to gum our footbed to cover the nails. Apply gum and then you install them. After that, also apply gum on your leather footbed and then also on the insoles, and you can now carefully install the leather footbed. So this is what we have arrived at. It is a very simple process. Follow it and you will get the same result. If you are interested in these soles templates we used for this work, they are available in PDF, 25 copies, different shapes, both for welted and unwelted soles. So if you are interested, you find it difficult to create your own templates, you can order for it. It is just going for 2,450. Make your payment to the account number on the screen and also send your proof of payment to the WhatsApp number under the account number and I will forward them to you. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section and also don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to get updates because more videos will be coming your way. Have a nice day and see you in my next video.